What's going on, everyone? And welcome back to Treebeard's Toy Box. And today, we're going to be taking a look at this brand new Fortnite Victory Royale series Amazon exclusive Jules and Ohm set from Hasbro. And I am really excited to check this set out. Jules is one of my favorite skins in the game, and I've really been looking forward to getting this figure. So once again, we get this nice colorful artwork on the front here. We don't get a window, so fingers crossed we get some good paint apps. But this image looks like it's right out of the game, so that's really cool. We get a little image of our accessories over here, and just a carryover of that onto the side. And then here on the back here, we get this digital render of the figure. And here are the accessories again. And then on this side, we just have a carryover from the artwork that is on the front. And there is one final look at the front of the packaging there. And without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and check this set out. And here we have Jules and Ohm out of the packaging. And real quick, when you take Jules out of the package, you want to make sure not to touch the little emblem on her shirt, because the material they used for it does not take ink very well, and that will rub right off. So you just want to be cautious not to really touch that at all. But yeah, let's go ahead. We'll leave Ohm in the background there, and I will show you how I do have him standing here once we get to him. But let's go ahead and take a real quick look at Jules, and then we'll get to Ohm. And there are a couple things that I really love about this set, but then there are a couple things that really bother me, and we will get to those. So first off, I will say, I think one of the coolest things is the print work for her tattoos turned out really well. Like, they just look really good. On that though, they should have printed them all over her body. They are not under this shirt. They are here, but once you get up to this part, they disappear. And that's very unfortunate, along with the fact that her breasts are actually sculpted into this rubber shirt. So while they do have a realistic feel, kind of, they're a little squishy like those TB League seamless figures. If you were to remove this shirt, she would be, I don't really want to stretch mine out, but she's pale under there because there's no print, and there is no chest either because the chest is connected to the shirt. I think that is one of the dumbest design ideas in my entire life that I've ever witnessed. That bugs me so much. I think that is so stupid. But yeah, I would have a lot of bad words for how I feel about it. I'm going to keep those bad words out of the video, but the way they did this, stupid. I love the material, and I love, like, I think they could start doing that for a lot of figures, like some classified figures. This is really cool, but they need to figure out how it's going to hold ink. And they need to, when they do female figures, not sculpt the breasts into the shirt. I don't know why they did that. It is really dumb. But yeah, that's probably the thing that bothers me the most. And the reason that I'm being so nitpicky is the price. This is a higher priced Amazon exclusive. She is $41.99, and there's another issue I have is there's just some paint sloppiness throughout the figure. There's some really nice paint work, like the print work for the tattoos is great. Those are printed. But here when we get down, let's see, there's just different areas. This is supposed to be here because it's supposed to look a little weathered, so that's a little spotted there. You can see that I actually like that. The gloves are nice and weathered. The leather for the pouches and stuff, like the plastic sculpting for that, looks really realistic, so I do like that. This turned out good. But like up here on her goggles, the silver is way off. Kind of all around, not really, just, you know, it's because of the higher price point. When you're doing exclusives and you're giving them that higher price, you need to clean up the figures a bit. And just some of the work down here is a little off. Just a little sloppy, just being a little nitpicky, but you know, you got to be real. When you're paying that higher price, like down here, a little bleeding. And I'm just so bummed about that because, like, mainly this thing up here, because this is probably the set I was looking forward to the most. This is one of my favorite skins in the game. Oh yeah, and like the ponytails here, the bands are a little sloppy there. It's just, you know, that higher price point, clean it up a little bit, Hasbro. But yeah, she still looks really good. I'm still really happy to have her. And this shirt, I love the concept, but keep the breasts on the body, where they belong. Yeah, let's go ahead and set her back here and check out her accessories. She does come with quite a few accessories. We get Ohm, and we get these open wings here. And she has 3 harvesting tools. And this is one of the reasons I like this set so much in the game. You have the option to use these 2 harvesting tools. So you can kind of double fist it. Really get to whacking those trees. And then this one is also a harvesting tool. So what she does in the game is she can use that to harvest, or she can use it as her glider. And she uses it for her glider. Ohm, like you see, attaches to it and she glides with that. So it's a really cool option if you enjoy the game like I do. So, but those are her 3 wrenchers harvesting tools. And then we also get her welder's mask here. And this was a bit sloppy too. This was the other paint sloppiness I was talking about. That silver there and the yellow here. It's all just kind of bleeding. That could have been cleaned up a lot. And then we also get Ohm's Perch back bling, and we get this extra Ohm with his, these are articulated as well. These are articulated and these are articulated. So he comes out. And the other thing that bugs me about this set is they actually messed up, and I tried to switch him, but he is actually glued to that wrench. These tail feathers, these open ones, they should be on this body, and the closed ones are supposed to be on this body so that they can fit easier through here. He still fits, but you have to kind of squeeze him in there. And if you look at the back of the box, and if you've played the game, you know that that's how it's supposed to be. So they screwed up there. And like I said, these are articulated. Get rotation and that hinge. And he also has head articulation. It's just done a little ball there. So not a whole lot, but a little bit. He is really cool. A couple of different silvers going on there, like some gunmetal gray. Yeah, he's pretty decent. I like him. But yeah, you just take him, and here is his perch. So it's decent. It's got some warping going on from the packaging. But it's not even the packaging. I think it's just because it shouldn't be warped from the packaging. Everything's just wrapped in wax paper. But I think it's just placed a little wrong when they put it together. Yeah, you just squeeze his tail feathers down in there, but the other ones, they'll just slide right down in there because they're not open. And he clips right there. So it's cool that you get the option of having the open wings, and you actually get 2 ohms, so that's pretty cool. And then finally, well, we get these two things. We get this little plastic cover piece that you're not going to need. Not sure why they included this. It's just to cover the little pin that plugs into that stand. I'll show you in a second here. And then we get this. This is a little piece to use so when you want to take Ohm off of there, and you can put this there instead, so she can use it as her harvesting tool. So let's go ahead and actually we'll look at that first, and then we'll check out articulation on Jules. So set her aside. So here in the background you can see my Hasbro stand that I got from my Black Widow set. And with our Jules and Ohm set, we get these two little weird plastic pieces here. And what you can do is, I didn't think, you don't actually need this piece. You can use it, but you actually get another piece. Here's this piece that came with the stand from Hasbro, and it looks like it just pops out of there. So what you want to do is, there is a little claw piece that originally came on this stand, and it just pops right off the edge there, and you just take that out, and you take Ohm here, the one with the wings open, and here, let's look at this tail feather thing. See here? This is the one that should be on the resting Ohm so that it can fit better into the backpack. And the game actually has it like that as well. So, and you'd want his tail feathers to be more open if he were flying, wouldn't you think? So that was a mistake by Hasbro, and unless you want to rip him off this piece, I think that's the only way to fix that, unless you want to, tear the figure apart. I'm not going to do that, so it's kind of a bummer that they screwed that up. But here he is, and he is articulated here as well. We've got these, and they can turn up and down, and then he also gets the ball for the head all the way around. Actually not. He can, but it's going to be hindered by that plastic there. And I don't want to break that plastic piece, or I don't know if it would break it, but I don't want to chip it or anything. So we're going to leave that be. So let's flip him around. And under his tail here, there's a little port. And you take this peg and you pop it right in there. Nice and easy. And then this piece just clips right in to the end of the stand. And there you go. And these stands are really nice. I recommend them. They have pegs, and you can put different effects in here. They're really cool stands. And I think they are still available on Hasbro Pulse. So I normally wouldn't recommend Hasbro Pulse, but I do like these stands. Let's see, try and get him straightened up again here. But once you get the stand thing sorted out, it makes quite a difference in displaying Ohm. And I think it's really cool because I don't know if you could actually hang the figure. We'll find out if we can hang her from him like you do in the game, but it might be a little too much weight on the stand. I think the stands that they're providing with the gliders eventually, they might be a little sturdier. So we'll have to wait and see though. But yeah, and then you just get this piece here, and this rotates here. This looks like it should have articulation, but it does not. And then to get this to be her harvesting tool, you just pop this back down in here, like so. And there you go. And then, just like that, if you want to put this back on here for him to use as a glider, then you just slide that. Just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation on Jules. And the articulation on Jules is a little disappointing, which is frustrating. Up here at the head, we only get this little ball with no hinge, and no separate joint at the bottom of the neck. So we hardly get any motion for the head. Bummer right there. It just basically goes all the way around and kind of tilts a little bit. And then we get a hinge and swivel for the shoulders. And we get a itty bitty butterfly joint that is barely present in there. So it does not really serve much of a purpose. We do get decent torso, but due to the printing defect on the shirt, where I'm afraid I'm going to rub the logo off, I'm not really going to go nuts with articulation on there because I'm afraid to touch it. So that kind of sucks. But the motion is there. We get a joint here and down here at the waist. So that is nice. And you're going to notice you're going to pick up a lot of lint on this shirt as well. And that happens with those TB League seamless figures as well. They love to collect lint. Don't know what it is about that rubber. Let's see here. We also get, the other bummer about this is no double jointed elbows. We just get single jointed elbows on her. But we do get a decent bit of range on that, surprisingly. Still, it would have been nice to have double jointed because that seems to be what they're doing for these female figures. And then we get a hinge and swivel for the wrist. Yeah. We just covered this because I mixed it up there. And then for the hips, we go out like that. And you can, no, it goes back a little bit, but the butt always hinders it. And this whole belt piece actually comes up. So it's kind of weird how they did that because part of it's her overalls, like part of it's part of her pants, and the buckles and everything come up, so. But they did that so that can all get out of the way for articulation, so that's kind of nice. And once again, I love that they did not do the drop-down hips. Not a fan. But yeah, we get the hips there, and we get our thigh cut. And this little strap piece does not hinder that. And we get our double-jointed pinless knees. And she cannot, because of the design on the pants, she's not going to be able to kick her own butt. And that is just due to the thickness here, I guess. That's weird. I would think she would be able to kick her own butt. But anyways, moving down here, we do get a cut here above the top of the boot. And it's fine here, but I do not like it here because she's got this little design difference with her pants being ripped. So you get part of her leg there. And it's kind of like how they did with Peter Parker. It's just not very sturdy. I mean, it's kind of sturdy. I'm just constantly worried that I'm going to snap that off when I'm trying to, because her ankle hinge is a little tight. I'm always, even with the hair dryer being used on it, worried that I'm going to snap that. So that kind of stinks. But yeah, we get those joints, and then we got our hinge and rocker for the ankles, which is a little stiff. So I'm going to hit that a couple more times with a hair dryer, just because I'm worried about the ankles. Yeah, so it's not horrible, but it's a little lackluster from what we've been seeing with the other Fortnite figures in this line. So I don't know if this was the first one they designed and they were still working out some kinks or what. But yeah, just a little lackluster compared to the other ones. So that's it for her articulation. So overall, I guess you could say I'm a bit disappointed with this set. This is one of my favorite skin sets in the game, probably top 5 favorites. So I was really looking forward to getting this set. I was excited when they announced it. But man, are there just some choices they made that I just don't understand. And at the price point of $41.99, I just think that's really pushing it. I'm definitely disappointed that I had to pay that much. I'm holding on to her because I love this figure still. Still love it. I'm going to pretend that the flaws don't exist as much as I can. I'm going to give her a 6 out of 10. I think she's overpriced. I'm don't mean to sound weird, but I'm really upset that her breasts are attached to her shirt and not her body. I think it's weird. I love the idea that they're using for this shirt. Just to figure out the print issue. And a reminder, do be careful. Don't touch the emblem on the front of the shirt or it will go away. You know, the lack of articulation. It's just the mess up on the tails for Ohm. You know, just some bummers. But before we get going here, I do want to set up, I'm going to get the whole crew out here. And so give me 1 second. We'll get back here. I'm going to try and get them all out here. So, and here we have the Fortnite Victory Royale series from Hasbro. And I do believe that this is all the figures that are released right now. I still need to pick up a couple of the arcade/gun cabinets. I will eventually pick up one of those, or probably a couple of those. But yeah, I think this is all the figures we have right now. Jules was the last one I was waiting on. And she was actually tentatively supposed to be coming out in December, but she showed up a month early. So yeah, I think that is going to do it. I am loving this line from Hasbro. They're killing it. You know, not everything's perfect. I was hoping for a bit more from Jules, but I still love the set. I still really like the figure, so I'll pretend to not see the flaws. The best designed figure in this wave might be the Lynx figure here. I'm not sure which one is my favorite. I really wanted Jules to be my favorite. I'm not sure. She might be right now. I'm going to try and make her my favorite. The other set I like a lot is the Sky and Ollie set. I think they really nailed it with this one. I do wish her jacket was a little softer like her shirt. That would have been nice. It's still softer, but you know. But yeah, I feel like I've been rambling on and on here. That is going to do it. As always, thank you all so much for watching. And please tell your friends. I'm really close to hitting 400 subscribers, and I'm hoping to hit 500 by the end of the year. That would be amazing. So please, yeah, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that like button. Please tell your friends. Obviously, if you hate what you see, don't tell your friends. That's fine. But if you dig what you see, yeah, spread the word. Leave a comment. Say what's up. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming. And until next time, take good care.